Well, we're live. Better than be dead, I guess. Of course, guys our age could be dead. All right, the other night, I drilled and tapped that ball link. But we're going to FCM. So, got some time off today and went over to Radical RC and ended up with the correct pitch, I think, threaded rod that I'm going to make a insert out of. I got to get this shit. This is ridiculous. I'm going to have to go to Harbor Freight and buy a toolbox or something, roll away to put in here. Anyway, got the correct threaded, hey Alan, we got the correct threaded rod, 3mm. And a unique thing about these ball links that I got, they come in pairs. One's a left, one's a right. So I'll have to throw all the left-handed thread ones away. Either that or tap them right-handed. Anyway, I'm going to change out that ball link. We need to make one more compression spar, and then I can mount this Bellcrank. So I'm going to take that out. That's okay, because I wanted to put a washer on the other side anyway. We don't want this thing to fall down. There won't be any building videos this weekend unless I come back Sunday and do one. There'll be flying videos if I can get some super chat to help with the bandwidth. So we're not going to use the titanium end. It's all right. We'll use it somewhere else. I'm going to unsolder that horn and turn it around the other way too, so it's more in direct line. Seems that the older I get, the more mistakes I make. Or either that or I just changed my mind. I don't know. So, screw this out of this. I think I want a big washer on the bottom side of this too. So I think I got some number 5s. Two watchers and 5 likes. That's interesting. Not good for metrics. 3 watchers. Okay, so we got this. Will work elsewhere. Now, this ball link has 2 different sides. The side that's cast goes up. The side that's pressed in with that goofy thing there goes down. And we're going to put another washer on it. I damn sure don't want it falling off. This will be the first time I've used these metal ball links, but they seem to be about twice as free as the Dubro ball links. Still haven't found my dry slide, so guess I'll put that back in here. Let's see here. Now, do I want to use that honking washer? Let's see what happens when I do that. This washer here will center on this. I think. Yep, that's pretty bulletproof right there. Yeah, me too. It'll probably be three months. I mean, this ain't gonna happen overnight, I can tell you that. I've been working on it now since the Nationals, which happened in June, July, August, so that's 2 months. And the finish is what's going to take the time. I'm trying to do everything to the best of my ability. You know, nothing's perfect, but damn close. And also, for you guys' information, these nylocks are good one-time use only. Yeah, you can use them again, but the locking features, come on, no good. You could green Loctite it. Also got some more carbon fiber rod today for more flaps. Now, John seems to think we're using a big tube, and I say we're using the small tube. Let's see. And he's right. We're using the bigger of the two. Could have saved a little weight there. Probably, they couldn't get the scale to work. It probably wouldn't amount to a hill of beans. And then I'd have to look for some different grommets. With the right size. I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll use 16th inch brass tubing or something, make our own. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what happened to my 1/4-inch wrench. Better get this off the table before I knock it off. Well, I don't think that'll come off. Better tie this up. Now this is the right push rod or the right thread, but I'm still going to JB weld that in there. This is so much freer than a Dubro ball link. It's unbelievable. Just hope it don't wear out. Of course, they're RC helicopter and race car heim joints, so they'd probably be all right. So we need to make another one of these spars, and then we can mount this stupid thing. So hopefully this will fit inside this tube. Oh yeah, no problem. No problem. I don't think I have any lighter stuff. Oh, I do. I do have some lighter stuff. Let's see if this fits. It's very tight. See, if I put this in it, if I put this push rod material on this and it fits tight, it won't get a good bond. There won't be any JB weld down in there. So I'll use the slightly bigger tubing. I have 2 pieces of that. No, that's way bigger. This is the stuff that came from A-Main Hobbies or Central Hobbies. All right, so let's make another one of these. Quit playing around. We were debating on whether to go. Hey, Jim. We were debating on whether to go to FCM tonight, but we live so close to the national, to the Nationals. It's an hour and a half away, approximately hour and 15 minutes, somewhere in there. We're just going to leave 5 o'clock in the morning, and then that'll save us a night on motels. Okay. Make up another one of these little doggies. Remember what I said, this is the most important part of your airplane. You don't put this in right, you'll regret it. So it would behoove you to think it through. I'm going to weigh these up. Matter of fact, we'll weigh it now and see what it weighs. I could theoretically hollow these out. At least on the wings. Not sure, it depends on what it weighs, whether I'm going to do that or not. Like that. I don't think that I would gain that much by hollowing that out. But every little bit helps. And we'll put it on the scale, see what it weighs. If it's ridiculously heavy, I'll hollow it out. If not, if we're going to save a grain, which is about all it's going to save, not worth it. Okay, let's weigh it. So these compression spars are going to add it's worth it. This one piece is 10 grams. That means 2 pieces is 20 grams. That's almost an ounce. So whatever I can get out of it, we got to get out of it. We got to get it all out. It ain't like I want to, but I can take a piece of white pine, 2 inches wide, 1/4 inch thick, and 60 inches long as a beam for a beam wing airplane, whittle it down where that whole stick weighs 1 ounce. And it's perfectly strong for a beam wing airplane. Now you got to have a piece of clear white pine to do that. The biggest trick on making a pine spar is you can't cut it. You have to draw the shape on the plank, the 2-inch wide piece, draw the taper on it, and then sand it to that line. You cannot cut it, otherwise it'll warp, it'll go crazy. And that's the same with the inside. You drill a bunch of holes around the inside and then start with your motor tool, your Dremel, and sand it. Oh, better get this water in the refrigerator. Got to have water. Aquafina. What happened to my knife? Should have a knife here. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's cut up the spar. Yes, I'm going to live stream it, Jim. I got the equipment charging right now. Okay. Now, when I was an aviation structure mechanic in the Navy, down in Millington, they taught us about burnishing. And that's the reason why I sand all the edges round. And you burnish with a scribe. So if you cut a piece of metal, you burnish off the edge. And that's what I'm doing here, only with sandpaper. Supposed to make it stronger. Can't hurt. That way when Jim Lynch looks inside your airplane after you hit the ground, he doesn't laugh at you. Why didn't you sand that? Jim and I, the guy on there, the comment, Joanne Lynch, that's Jim's wife, Mama Joe. Jim and I became friends after I wondered why I only got 16 points for an airplane. And I wanted to know because the airplane was beautiful on top, but it wasn't finished as good on the bottom. And ever since then, the inside of my airplane is sanded. Thank you, Alan. We need the bandwidth, that's for sure. Okay, so now let's whip out this wimpy table saw. This little saw has a dado stack in it, 2 carbide blades. I'm not going to change it up just to cut these 3 lines. But remember what I told you while you're using something like this. Never take your eyes off the blade. No problem. This is nothing in this site or what I do is mandatory. It just helps. Because I'm going to do it anyway. So we got 20 grams. We need to cut that weight in half. We're not going to do it. But sure be nice. We're going to whittle her down and see what we can get out of it, though. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trim that off to that line right there with my Dremel. See, do I have a sanding drum on this one? Nope. Got a stone on it. I guess we could try a stone. Nope. So we gotta look for a sanding drum. Nice if I have them already set up, but I don't think I do. Okay, get another one of these junkers out and see what happens. That can't possibly fit that. Says it does though. I don't have a Phillips that small. Yeah. Okay, gotta dig through the crap. Now we're gonna need this. Gonna sand the inside of those. Somebody was asking about that Bellcrank there. This is how they come out of the mold, right here like this. Then you got to remove all the flashing. Come on. Either need a little screwdriver or another sanding drum. One. Yep, found my ruler that I've been looking for. Got no place to hang nothing. Got no place to put anything. Oh, here's a sanding drum. Yep, but it's been blown up. So we'll try to put a disc on this one. I don't have a... Let's see, we want a course. Trick to putting these sanding drums on is to lick it. Put a little slickum on it. You know, you can use Windex. I just put it in my mouth, put some spit on it. And then that drum will sand, you know, push right over it. Unless you're this one, going to be stubborn. What's the story? Try a little Windex. We don't want to go down there. Probably the wrong one. Get it off here now. We're going to run till 7 o'clock, so that'll be a 2-hour. This will be a 2-hour show today to make up for. Can't get it off now. Come on. You know, you get what you pay for. And if you're going to buy this, these are cheap Harbor Freight setup. You can't beat X-Acto or Dremel. I mean, everything fits. This stuff here is cheap and it don't fit. We're gonna need this too. JB Weld. Well, let's just spin this up until it blows up, I guess. Because it's gonna. It'll go and get me. That's alright. We don't care. I've had shit worse happen to me. I couldn't get this thing all the way down on the drum. So we're going to run it half on, half off, and I know it's going to blow up. But I don't want to monkey with it. I guess I could use a flapper wheel. Never tried one of them. Let's try one. See how that does. It's 80 grit, so that ought to work. Okay. Might work. Be great if it did. Might set the smoke alarm off. big deal. Okay, so now let's sand that kerf. $10 is what they started on. What do you guys think it's going to weigh when I hollow it out? Okay. Pencil. Where the heck did the pencil go? Disappeared. Gotta be right here. I guess you're using the darn thing. This shop ate it. Okay, there it is. There's one. So we're going to finger it. Going to leave a good healthy quarter perimeter all the way around it. I'm going to leave this center section solid. I don't know what that'll take out, but we're going to find out. Let's see what it weighs now that I've cut those off. It'll kind of give you an idea of how much you're going to take off. So I cut those pieces off. It went from 10 to 9. So I'm going to take, I'm going to make that 7 grams a piece. So they'll be a half an ounce total. So that cut the weight in half. So it's 9 grams now. Tell you what, if it doesn't take 2 grams off, I won't be doing it on the other side. How many guys think that this is going to work as is? This is light ply, plus it's being hollowed. And this is the most important part of the wing. Boy, oh boy, it's tough. There we go. John Jordan. Seven grams for the small ones and 10 grams for the large ones. So we lose 3 grams on the small one. If these weren't done, I'd cut them out and redo them. But this was my best wood, and I'm not going to make a new set with a smaller wire and have heavier flats. Don't make sense. Is that for one wire or 2 wires? You know, 1 set or 2 sets? Man, that's tough right there. Got it. Okay. I'll just cut it straight and I'll sand it to shape. That's one. That's plenty strong. So 6 grams, 1/4 ounce. That's good. Next airplane. Okay, one side done. And you guys think it's an awful lot of work just for a 1/4 ounce. But as John's talking there, we stopped off at the hobby shop and we were eyeballing some different materials. We're going to save a 1/4 ounce there, a 1/4 ounce here, a 1/4 ounce there. Pretty soon you got 5 ounces. That's just how you have to do it. Especially nowadays with this crap wood we got. This thing's running a little heavy. And I've got my best wood in it, so it is what it is. I'm gonna have to skimp more on the paint. John says, what do you think? 65 ounces? Well, if I let it get away from me, it'd be 65 ounces, but I can't have it 65 ounces. I do not want to fly on 18 thousandths wires. I hear them guys, Ted and Brett and all that, oh, 18 thousandths are fine. They don't stretch. Well, 15s don't stretch if your airplane doesn't weigh 90 ounces. There's several guys watching right now that know how hard it is to build light airplanes. And the reason why there's not more light airplanes is it ain't easy to do. A lot of guys talk a big shtick, but they can't make it happen. And the biggest thing I've found, I've said it over and over and over again, well, Don, contest means different things to different people. Back in my day when I was younger, contest meant 4 to 6 pound wood. And it would come in at 3 pound or 3.5 pound. Now contest wood means 6 to 8 pound wood, and it comes in at 10 pounds. I consider that RC wood. I consider that junk. I got a whole box of junk wood here. Any of you RC guys want 8 to 10 pound wood? I got a box of it. You cannot build light airplanes with heavy wood. I don't care what anybody says. They say double the thickness or half the thickness, and it'll be 4 pound. No, it won't. You can't use 8 pound wood. Okay, let me. They say if it calls for a piece of 1/8 inch 4 pound, to use 1/16 inch 8 pound. And that's just the same. It's not. It's 8 pound wood. It's just the way it is. And you can't handle it. This wing's all made out of 3/32 5 pound wood. If it was 4 pound wood, it'd be lighter. Light wood and lots of sanding. That's exactly correct. When you think you got it sanded, sand it again, because it ain't done. And then after that's done, sand it again a couple more times. Okay, we started out at 9 grams with this piece. We're going to duplicate Duplicate this on the other side. We'll see how much we lost. Now, if I was back in St. Louis, I'd probably drill some holes with my drill press there using a tube to make a nice round 5/8 holes and stuff, but I don't know if that would save much more. We're going to sand this though. Sneak up on the line there. Okay, now let's talk strength. It doesn't have a whole lot of strength this way, but we're using it this way, pressing in, in toward the shell. Those 1/4-inch strips of 3-ply light ply ain't gonna squish under load. It's just not gonna happen. If you're using it in shear, it would probably break, but we're using it in compression and tension, so it should be fine. Let's see what it weighs. Started at 9. Down to 6. 3 grams a piece, 1/4 ounce. Is it worth it? I don't know. I think so. You guys do what you want. But... I'm giving away all my secrets. T. Michael Jennings, if you're watching, finish starts with the first piece of wood cut. Can't make crappy joints and expect to have a light airplane. And you guys that know T. Michael Jennings, he looks exactly like Nicolas Gage, not Cage, Nicolas Gage on My Classic Car. I'm really surprised. I've been watching you for years now, and I have learnt most of my modeling skills from you. My models are 100% better than they were back in the day. I listen to everything you say for sure. Well, I'm not the end all on everything. You know, this is just how I've done it for years. There's many ways to skin the cat, but I'm glad they're getting better. I'll tell you this. Mine isn't the only way to do it. It's one way to do it. My way works for me. If it works for you, great. I started this YouTube channel because I used to say, you can't do that. Okay, whatever. I'll show you. That was a big deal. You can't do that. All right. Well, looks like the modem is powered up. I don't know where the phone is at, but okay. Let's see what we look like here. And that's how that'll set in there. So we need to make this one more time. What a pain in the rear. Make sure it fits. Now to flip it over and make sure it fits the other side. And we'll make a mark on this one top. Seeing as that my brain doesn't work sometimes. Okay, we need to cut some of that off. Of course, just cut off this. Wow. I see. I see what happened here. Little index mark here. So that's the index mark for that. Like this. No, I better mark it by itself. Let me whack a little bit of these corners off. I just take a pair of side cutters and whack them corners off because they're not going to be there anyway. So that'll fit down in there. That's good, that's good. Right there. We'll make it size specific. You need to do what here? What's the story? I need to cut that back. I need to sand this angle back a little bit. If you're going to skimp on work, this ain't the place to do it. What's the story here, Larry? And we got to go a bunch. Good evening, Chris. Like, subscribe, and share. Help out with the bandwidth for FCM tomorrow, if you can. If not, I understand. That'll be fine. Let's see, we got the bottom one right here. Now you could leave that piece in, but as I've stated 100 times, if it ain't glued to something, it ain't doing nothing. So you're carrying around a lot of extra weight for nothing. I probably could use the table saw to get that a little closer. So I didn't have to grind so damn much. Well, we'll just grind. What the heck? Let's see what this one starts out at. Takes about an hour and 15 minutes. This one's 11 grams. So that shows you the density of wood from piece to piece. Yep, about an hour and 15 minutes when I leave here. I filled up with gas already, and I set my odometer to 0 out there in the parking lot. And I'm going to get an exact mileage to the L-pad from here. Boy, that just ate up that sanding disc. No, I'm pretty lucky. About 5 hours from St. Louis. Take my side cutters here and cut this piece of wood out. Got to grind as much. Well, Marcel has learned a lot from me. I wish the RC guys would get over here and learn something. But they're into foamies. And I just can't bring myself to foamies. They're into monopute. I can't do that either. Cut that off. Okay. This is bottom, so we'll put the B on there. And this is custom fit, so we'll put a line there and a line there. Everything's custom. Boy, I got a mess going here again. We've been on 1 hour and 9 minutes and I still haven't got the Bellcrank mounted. But according to the feedback on the channel, you guys like the live shows. You don't like edited versions because you don't get to see my mistakes. And I make plenty of them. Let's see, how did I do that other one? Yeah. I came off a 1/4 inch. Quarter. You know, you're only going to make this stuff so light. Leave yourself some structural strength. And then it is what it is. I mean, ain't much you can do about it. You know, I've asked for prayers on this channel before. I'm not much of a praying guy or religious guy, but you know, it does work. And if everybody could say a prayer for all those Americans that are stuck in Afghanistan because of knuckleheads, sure appreciate a prayer. I'm sure they will greatly appreciate it. Pray for their safe passage out of that place. We got a mess going on. What we got? If I'm still able to build airplanes in 3 years, it'll be a miracle. And we learn from them. Just don't make them twice. Well, here's somebody to bother me. What's going on? Dan Winship. This is the famous Dan Winship?
I don't know about the famous, but it's Dan Winship.
What's going on? You're live on air.
Oh my gosh, I won't keep you long. I thought you might be online. Hey, I just had a question. What time are they going to start flying up there in Muncie tomorrow?
I think pilot's meeting's 9 o'clock. But
9 o'clock? Okay.
What time you gonna be there?
I'm thinking about getting there probably about 8 o'clock, 7 or 8, between 7 and 8.
Yeah.
And, so, okay, I just wanted to make sure.
You got your new airplane ready to go?
Heck no. I'm going to fly the same old Hangar Queen junker I've been flying. I got 6 flights on it, and I think I'm going to go for 7 here in Muncie.
Are you there now? Oh, no, you're not there.
No. I got a buddy, he flies for American Airlines. He's not sure if he's going to take a call and go into work or not. I might drag him up there. He loves airplanes.
Yeah.
So, he's going to see, he might bring his boy. He's interested in modeling, so yeah, I might bring a buddy up there. He can be my, the cheering section or whatever.
You'll need a whole lot more than one guy.
Yeah. Yeah, at least I guarantee one person. So,
yeah. I put in 1 flight today.
Okay. Hey, you want me to bring a 4x8 sheet of plastic for you?
If you bring it, but cut it into 2-foot sections.
Okay. Okay.
Wait a
I'll
minute.
show up with.
Hold on a second. Let me measure this thing. Cut it all up into squares or whatever. And the squares I need are, I got no place to keep an 8-foot section, but I got squares are 13 3/4 by 13 3/4.
Okay. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll just bring the whole trailer up. I'll set up the workbench. I'll flop all this stuff out on the workbench. I'll start up my generator, plug in the tracks on, we'll cut it up in between flights.
All right. Well, that way I can take it home. I can't take it back here as a 4x8 sheet. It would have to sit behind my couch, leaned up against the wall.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. It's just, if you get it 13, you get it down to the size you need, you stack it in a drawer. 13
3/4 is what I need.
Okay.
I guess I should bring the frame so we don't screw up, huh?
Well, bring the what now?
The frame.
The frame? Well, that'd be good too if you just throw it in the floorboard there of the car.
Yeah.
That way you make it exact. Anything else you want me to bring?
Bag of $100 bills.
Okay, I'll get a big old bundle of them. I'll have to burn half of them just to get the gas station, but
yeah, towing that trailer, I bet.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll let you go. I know you're doing your thing here, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.
All right, buddy. See ya.
Okay, bye now.
Bye. All right, that was the Winship. He's going to bring his trailer. We're going to have canopy material for decades. 4x8 sheet. The reason why I want it is, I got half a dozen, let's see, I got 8 Razorback canopies already, but I want to build the frame. I want to build a frame on this, a scale-like frame. All these scale details, this is not going to add any extra weight than this thing already is. If I can get them molded into this plastic, that would be trick. So I'm going to be molding a few more of these. Probably put a draft angle on that so it comes off the plug a little better. But these are nice canopies for homemade. All right, so let's cut this up and see what happens. We got 45 minutes to get this set in there. Not that we're on a time schedule, but I don't want to. Let's see, what time is it? It's 6:30. Yeah, we could run a little longer. Charles doesn't come on till about 8:30. Still got to make doors. I'm going to show you how to do that and get away with it. I think I got some C-temp here somewhere or something similar. Gotta be perfect. Not only does it have to be perfect, it has to be light. Any of you guys ever met my dad and seen his workmanship? The biggest thing is take pride in what you're doing. I'm going to set an old rat down on the tarmac. Strive to make each airplane better, and pretty soon, after 50 years, they'll look pretty good. Wendy is a hell of a craftsman. The difference between me and Wendy is a gallon of paint. He's a motorcycle painter, which I did too. But I've learned that paint is what kills you. And Al Ray was a hell of a craftsman. His problem was his airplane's just too massive. Them things are huge. I got that jig over there for the fuselage for that BBQ. It's massive. It is massive. Very scale-like. And Al was known for getting the most out of the least, or he was known for getting the most out of his airplanes. I mean, his airplane didn't have any wing area for very scale-like. I gotta get a drink of water. Got to have some water. Any of you guys as kids ever been lost? When I was a real young kid, real young, 6 or so, 7, and I can remember it vividly like it was yesterday. We were at the LA County Fair, and I was told, don't walk off. I didn't listen. I wanted to go look at some model or something. Something that caught my eye. And I was lost. Couldn't find my parents. That feeling is just unbelievably terrifying. At that age, anyway. I would imagine that would be the feeling in a foreign place that nobody spoke. You can't speak the language. That's probably what them people are feeling like now. Abandoned. That's another reason why oh yeah, it'll be it's a big round fuselage. That's why if I'm eating and there's somebody there that I don't know and they say bum or whatever, so I'm hungry, no problem, I'll feed you. I've been hungry before and it's a terrible feeling. Have that hole in your stomach. Dan should know hunger. Don't dare let Danny go hungry. Tomorrow night is Roadhouse Steaks, Dan. Anybody that's ever been to, and what's really odd is that Roadhouse, is a chain, but all roadhouses aren't created equal. The Roadhouse in Muncie has delicious steaks normally. I mean, I've never had a bum one there. Okay, we got that one cut out now. Here's another thing that gripes me. The Shell station on McGalliard, coming back from the motel, headed towards the field on the right-hand side, first gas station on the right, that Shell station there. If you get gas there, you'll probably get 2 to 3 miles a gallon better average. They got real gasoline for the same price. We're getting double dip ripped off so bad it's ridiculous. And he says, oh, ethanol. Yeah, ethanol's wonderful. If you want worse gas mileage for the same price, the BTUs put out by ethanol is far less than gasoline. Far less. I mean, it's ridiculous. So inefficient. That's why an alcohol car or motorcycle has to run jets twice the size. You got to burn twice the fuel to get the same power. But they do it for cooling. Funny car will burn 15 gallons in a quarter mile. but it doesn't really burn it. Most of it goes out the exhaust as a coolant because there's no liquid in a funny car or top fuel. No cooling. They only running 6 seconds tops. You know, 4 for the drag for the pass, and 2 seconds for the cool down. The fuel pump on a top fuel, you couldn't, with a 5-gallon bucket, you couldn't pour it down the carburetor or the injector fast enough to run that car. Just to turn the blower, your standard V8 car out in your driveway wouldn't turn the blower. A funny car. Well, it's taken an hour and a half just to get ready to mount this Bellcrank. But we're almost there. I think I'm just going to locate this, drill a hole, show you where it goes, how it works, but I'll glue it in off camera because it's going to take me a little longer time. Now, if you wanted to make this stronger, if you thought it was necessary, what would you do? Well, you would make some eyes on it. You would take a piece of balsa wood, 1/8-inch balsa wood, and glue it up here across the way like this, and then notch it into that, and glue a piece here, and you could definitely make it stronger, but there's not really any need for it. All you're doing is carrying around a bunch of extra weight. Don't build these things to crash, build them to fly. Okay. Well, a top fuel car runs in a hydrolock. It's right on the edge of hydrolock. Okay, we need to get the location where this needs to be. What the heck? Backwards. Sanded index one direction. Oh, I wanted to weigh that. Yeah. it is what it is. It's nothing I can do to change it. We'll check it out. That goes like this, and that other one goes like this. Together. They started off 9 and 11, 20 grams what they started off. They now weigh 12. So we took a quarter ounce off them. 12. Wonder if there's anything else I can do to get them lighter. I'd like to get 2 more grams off of it. Probably, I don't think that would do anything though. Okay, let's figure out where the bell crank's gonna go. I think I said it was a 1/2 inch back. So we're going to place it right here, 1/2 inch back. Just like that. I mean, it'll be close. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but it'll be close. 1/8 inch. Yep, the battery's still charging. I'm wondering if I'm going to have to clearance this. Possibly. If you spend no time on anything else, flaps and controls is where you spend your time. Index right there. And I'll look in there and cut some spacers out of some fuel tubing to keep it from floating up and down. I need to get this right there, like that. It's light ply, Gordon. Gordon! Good to see you. This is the compression. This is not what holds the Bellcrank in. This is the compression spar for the wing. Got that in backwards again. The Bellcrank is held in with a 1/2-inch piece of 7-ply aircraft plywood spanned in the fuselage after the wing is finished. That's what locks it into the fuselage. I've used light ply a lot for this process, and I haven't had any problems with it. I got light ply landing gear floors in this thing. So let's see here. We got to slide it over. Yeah. There's another fine craftsman on here, Gordon Delaney. We got Jim Lynch, Gordon Delaney. I know Dan Winship's watching, John Jordan. Got some fine workmanship going on. Okay, let's see how that works. Why are we locked up? Yeah, we're locked up on the spar. It's up too high. I'm gonna have to cut them bolts and stuff off. But that should be pretty close there. Nope. There we go. Yep. That's it. I don't hear any off camera. Off camera, I will cut the bolts off. I'll get these glued in. So I'll explain it one more time. This is the light ply compression spar that holds the wing together. I'm using 3/16 spars instead of quarter, and these are pushed up against it, and that's what holds the wing in compression. This will get glued on. The sheeting gets glued on. Sheeting gets glued on with epoxy, and it epoxies to that. Or you could use white glue, I suppose. Just as good. Then when the fuselage goes on, to keep it from pulling out, a piece of light ply goes between this side and this side, or light ply. Aircraft ply goes between this side and this side on top of the wing after it's been finished. That means the silk span's on it and everything. Then I superfill all this stuff inside and out. I mean, it's a process, but you want to make sure that you got everything locked up so that it all becomes one piece. I don't know, did you check out my hinges, Gordon? We got metal ball links on that end. I'm going to have 3/32 on this end to be a carbon fiber spacer, and I got my pocket hinges in here that are the absolute freest hinges you could make. So I want to make sure Gordon's seen these. I haven't seen you on my channel before, Gordon. These are pocket hinges in this that arc right on it itself, so that you got no hinge gap, and they're super free. Let's see what this wing weighs. We're going to lose a little bit because I want to cut this push rod off. You've been watching. Oh, okay, great. Gordon comes from the Whittier and Earls crew. Have you seen... Man, I ain't seen him in so long, I can't remember his damn name. Norm Whittle, lately. Cool, Gordon. Have you seen Norm Whittle? Is he doing anything, or is he tinkering with RC stuff? He's another Whittier and Earls character. Here's the lineage behind the Continental. Norm Whittle designed an airplane called the Playboy. Oh, you saw him last week. Norm Whittle designed an airplane called the Playboy. Tom Warden liked it, liked the shape of it, and I don't know how he acquired it. He bought it or something. Took it apart and designed the Venado and the Continental. So you'd have to say that Norm Whittle really is the father of the Continental, and Tom just brought it to fruition. And nobody believes me, but I think Gordon may attest to it. Tom Warden had a purple Venado and a green one, and I liked the green one better. I thought it was prettier, but he liked the purple, so he kept that one. I don't know what happened to the green one. Maybe it got run over or something, I don't know. Yeah, the green one was beautiful. I love that one. Metallic green. Then there's one other character that used to fly with us, Bill Noyes. He built a airplane called the Pisces, and it was a jet looking thing. That was the big thing back in the 60s, make jets. 60s and early 70s. They were cool, just something to do. You know, I like the classic lines myself. And when I saw Billy's Thunderbolt in 2004, I just had to have some. That's before the plans came out. And you know, I had looked at Al Rabe's Bearcat, and I got, like I say, I got a kit over there, Walter Umlin short kit. But that fuselage is that big around. There's no way. That thing got away. I think Al told me that his critical mass was over 100 ounces. Holy moly. Yeah. Norm's a cool character. Well, that's how the floating Bellcrank works. Oh, I wanted to see what this wing weighed. God, I hope it's light, but I doubt it. We just added a ton of weight on the damn thing. Gonna be hard to hit my under 60 ounce mark. Feels heavy even. Yeah, it's at 13 ounces. Yeah, I know it. That Tony's a big mama too. If you guys followed through everything on this build, the wing started out at 5 ounces. That's with nothing in it. You know, no shear webs, no flaps, no hinges, no hardware. We're at 13 now. And as I told you, my Viper 6, I need to build the Tony, huh? Send me the plans. My Viper 6 had a 16 ounce wing in it, finished, and it weighed 49 or 48 ounces with a PA-65 in it. I bet I don't do that with this airplane though. There's just too much airplane here. $13 1/4 times 60, quarter span. Give you a rough. $13 1/4. Hey, I got a let's see, I'll give you the, let me see what I got here. 13 1/4. 13.25 times 60. 795. Probably 740. Yeah, I know. It's a big mama. It's huge. It's got 11 3/4 inch root. Let's see what the root is. $11 3/4 inch root. 9.5 inch tip, 60 inches. 3-inch flaps. I might have to cut these flaps down. I think there's too much flap. It all depends on how light I can make it. If I can make it light, and it won't be Billy light, there just is no way I can do it because I don't have Billy wood. But if I could make it under 60 ounces, I think this is too much flap. $740 is what Bill says it is. Mine is $743. Well, this is not Billy's wing. This is the wing I'm using here is a hybrid USA 1 wing. 60 inches, same airfoil, only 1/4 inch thicker. And this is the best wing I've used in any airplane. I mean, I got 4 airplanes with this wing in it. It's a good lifting wing. It's great in the wind. Doesn't do any goofy stuff. I left the moments the same as Billy's Thunderbolt. So it's got a 9.5 inch nose, but the tail moment's been changed. It doesn't have the 7 or 18 inch tail. Mine will have a 16.25 or 16.5 inch tail. Because I just left the wing where it was and let it come back. Because the original Thunderbolt has that Geobolt wing in it that's only 10-inch root. So we've knocked off almost 2 inches of tail moment on it. So it will appear more scale-like, and it should be better. It's going to have a 75 in it, so I'll have plenty of power. My last 3 Thunderbolts that I built had 75s in it, and they had plenty of power. Well, guys, we're up on 2 hours. I've got to eat dinner. It's 7 o'clock. I've got to eat dinner, put a bag together for the field tomorrow. If you're watching tomorrow, watching the live stream, please put in a super chat if you can, because I'm going to spend another $150 on bandwidth tonight. Maybe I'll do 75. You don't get much. It burns it up quick. I think it should be like the internet. They should, I pay $75. I got unlimited on the internet, but when I do it when I stream it, if I buy 20 gig, it just sucks it up and it's gone. That's $10 a gig. I think it's a ripoff. It's kind of like printers. They give you the printer and sell you the ink for ridiculous prices. Well, at least they don't have to cut that up. That's good. I'm going to unsolder this and turn it around though. So are there any questions on how I'm doing this Bellcrank business? I would hope not. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory when I show it to you. And what holds my Bellcrank from moving up and down is I will add some fuel line tubing, 2 little, looks like 3/8 on the, let's see, 1/2 inch on the bottom and 3/8 on the top. And that'll keep the Bellcrank from floating up and down this way. So this particular piece is not really the Bellcrank mount. It helps, but it's not really the Bellcrank mount. It just holds it in place while I get the sheeting on and everything. There is a cool video on YouTube of P-47 called the Wicked Wabbit Helmet Cam. I haven't seen that, but I'll look for it. I've been looking for paint jobs for a Razorback, and the Razorbacks they were all Army Air Corps. They were all olive drab. And I'm not painting no olive drab airplane. Yeah, ugly. So I'm going to do my own fantasy squadron paint scheme like I did on my Lightning Bolt Thunderbolt, with the checkerboard nose and the yellow lightning bolts going back. And they ripped me off. Top Flight ripped me off. They're using that paint scheme on their Top Flight P-47, and I got no credit for it. But that's the way it goes. You know, I just find it, I looked at that airplane, well, wait a minute, that's my paint job. Shit. Just like the F-14 that I did. I got no credit for that. I just have the satisfaction knowing that I'm the guy who designed the bicentennial F-14 and painted it, and VF 211 and VF 124. So that was 1974. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate everybody watching. Gordon, you stay safe. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.